Good evening and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Defining Virtuosity. I'm Odin Rathnam. The next Wohlfahrt study that I would like to upload today for you guys is number 18, marked Allegro. In terms of the training this can offer for the left hand and the bow arm and their coordination together, it is quite similar to the exercises that we encounter in Schradik Book 1, Exercises for Promoting Dexterity of the Left Hand in Various Positions, in that it focuses on establishing different size frames and comfortably lifting and dropping the fingers while doing long slurred passages. But it's more interesting than Schradik in that it, like so many of these Wohlfahrts, has some classical structure to it and is a pretty little piece of music. Rather than doing 12 notes to a bow in the beginning, I'm perfectly content to see students begin with 6 notes to a bow, and to review, maybe if they're worried about becoming tight, the frames of the left hand in terms of Tetra chords that would be used across the 4 strings in the following keys: G major, D major, and is there E minor in here? Perhaps, but again, that would have the same half steps as G major. So what I mean by establishing the tetra chord shapes and being relaxed in each of them on the 4 strings is the notion of having whole steps between 2 and 3 and 4 on the upper 2 strings. Okay, this tetra chord, finding that in a comfortable way, and after finding the tetra chords and checking the individuals and in fingers and the thumb for freedom and mobility, then practicing lifting from 4th to 3rd, 4th to 2nd, 4th to 1st, 3rd to 2nd, 3rd to 4th, 3rd to 1st, and so on and so forth, the different frames. On the lower 2 strings, the tetra chord involves whole steps between the 1st and 2nd fingers, and between the 3rd and 4th fingers whole steps, with the half step now moved between the 2 middle fingers of the hand. Again, this frame should be comfortable with all fingers down, each finger able to lift and drop independently, comfortably, and the thumb free and soft. When we've done that, we can check each of these, Now, the second key that we encounter in here is D major, where the hand frames on the lower 2 strings, on the bottom string, will be the tetra chord with the half step between the 3rd and 4th finger, and whole steps from open to 1st versus 2nd to 3rd. On the 2 middle strings, we will then have the tetra chord that we used on the lower 2 strings in G major, the half step between 2 and 3, whole steps between 1, 2, and between 3 and 4, and that needs to be comfortable. And then on the E string in D major, we have the same tetra chord that we would have in G major, with the half step between 1 and 2, and the 3rd and 4th finger whole steps away. So that would be G major would be, and those are the number of, most of the notes fall into those range. We then can move to the 6-note slurs, carefully outlining our fourths, making sure that the outer frame is comfortable, and starting with our lifts and drops. Lift, 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 lift. after you've gone through the whole etude that way, I would go straight to 12 notes to a bow and start to observe the dynamics. There are crescendi at the ends of bars 2, 3, 4, 6, diminuendo at the end of 7, hairpin in bar 8, and then when the theme returns, it's back to mezzo forte. The same hairpins are marked. I would try to observe all of these because it does give the piece some shape. I would also suggest that on certain notes, for emphasis, do not be afraid to vibrate the first note of a grouping if it's an arrival point, and to really make a slightly slower bow speed and pull the sound on that note. I'll try to give a little bit of an example. And this way we can turn it into a nice little piece of music. It can also be practiced much faster according to the ability of the student, to train more and more quick muscle actions. But it's a very useful little study. It reminds me of a piece that a Joachim student, Rolf Kjeldal, taught my uncle, called The Butterfly, that he gave me when I was about 7 or 8 years old, where we had to do the same thing. It's also a very healthy little exercise for lifting and dropping the fingers within a given frame. So there you have it. This is Wohlfahrt number 18 in Allegro. A few little things about the bow. We want to be able to save and travel in the measures with the hairpins. So saving here and moving the bow a little more, and slow, starting slow, and then gradually increasing the bow speed as we also turn the fingers a little bit this way into the string and bend them at the same time. And that sinks a little bit of extra bow weight in. Make sure that your elbow doesn't do this when you do that, that you stay hanging in the string as you do crescendos. If you do crescendo, don't raise the elbow. So to keep the arm relatively one height, if you looked at everything, it would be, I usually look in the mirror here to make sure that I feel sort of one height. If you look from this angle, you'll see the wrist is slightly higher than the elbow, just a little bit higher than the elbow. I think that's everything for this one. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this and it's of value to you, please like and comment and share, and I'll try to respond to any questions you might have. Thanks for watching.